untreated depression can lead to. Yes.
Suicide.
Can you guys see that?
Zoom in a little bit.
I'm not writing that.
You guys don't, you don't have to write everything on here. Just write down stuff so that you can understand it.
It looks like it's out of focus. Like towards the
Can you guys see better now?
Don't you just turn off the light right there? No. Sweet. Hell no. Oh, you make it worse, bro. You're slacking.
What about now?
Oh, it's even worse. It's that's cool.
I can't see at all.
Can you guys see that?
I don't know my contacts in.
Yeah, I can see. See me now.
Okay.
Crack skin, buttercream, 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 crack skin.
Well,
Scrub skin buttercream. Let's put a dead animal on.
untreated depression can lead to a lot of things, but these are the main points that I picked up from what I've researched. Problems at school are probably the number one. Depression can cause low energy and concentration. Difficulties at school, this may lead to poor attendance for some people that go to school every day, or a drop in grades, or frustration with schoolwork in a formerly good student. Substance abuse. Teens may use alcohol or drugs in an attempt to self-medicate their depression. Unfortunately, substance abuse only makes things worse. Low self-esteem. Depression can trigger and intensify feelings of ugliness, shame, failure, and unworthiness. Reckless behavior. Depressed teens may engage in dangerous or high-risk behaviors such as reckless driving, out-of-control drinking, and unsafe sex. Suicide. Teens who are seriously depressed often think, speak, or make attention-getting attempts at suicide. Suicidal thoughts or behaviors should always be taken very seriously. You guys don't have to write everything down, just write down the 5 main things that untreated depression can lead to, which is over here. Tell me when you're done.
Is death on there?
What'd you say?
Is death on there?
It's suicide, yeah.
Man, we so
Are you guys done? Are you guys finished?
Yeah.
Are you guys done now?
Hey, Puffy.
This is other ways that depression affects behavior. Depression affects the behavior of teenagers. Sleeping more is one of the signs of depression. Some individuals suffer from depression. Some people who suffer from depression may still be tired and weak after sleeping for a long time. Some depressed teens suffer from insomnia, which is like not sleeping, not getting enough sleep, or being restless and tired at night. Some teens may overeat as a way to medicate themselves, while others turn to drugs or alcohol. Teens may have little interest in school or homework and stop caring about the future. Some teens may have poor attendance records, while with others, grades may drop considerably. Withdrawal from friends and family and a preference for being alone are also possible with depression. You guys don't have to write anything down because this is just more ways depression affects behavior. This might answer your question, Jason, about ways to treat depression. Description of drugs used to treat teenage depression.
Spell depression.
Oh, sorry. Ignore that typo. Prescription medications. There are many ways There are many types of prescription antidepressant medications that are split up into two categories. Each antidepressant class affects the levels of chemicals in the brain called neurotransmitters, which is involved in regulating mood. The most commonly prescribed prescription antidepressant classes are SSRIs, or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and SNRIs, which are serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. SSRIs treat depression by affecting the levels of a neurotransmitter called serotonin, and SNRIs are believed to treat depression by affecting the levels of neurotransmitters called serotonin and norepinephrine. It's important to know that it could take as many as to 6 to 8 weeks for the full therapeutic effect to occur, which basically means that even if somebody takes antidepressants, it's not guaranteed to work for that person, or that it takes a long amount of time for it to get into your system for you to actually feel the full effect of it. Are there any questions on this slide?
No.
You guys might want to write down that the two common classes for prescribed prescription antidepressants are SSRIs and SNRIs. You guys don't have to know the long scientific words for it, just the abbreviation.
Would they abuse the prescription drugs? Would they abuse it?
Some people might abuse prescription drugs. Can't necessarily say. Some people might just take it and abuse it. Yes, Ms. Bader?
Are those expensive to get a hold of? Like, I mean, if you needed that, how much would it cost to take something like that?
Well, there is a drug called fluoxetine, which is the scientific name for it, but the generic name for it is Prozac. And if you don't have health care, it could be up to $40. But it depends per month. That might be per month for a person who's taking it on a monthly basis. So, like, you might pay for it for 1 month, and it might be $40, and the next month it might be the same amount. But if that's without health care. For people who are on health care insurance covers all of that. But in order to get those medications, you have to have it prescribed to you. You can't just go and say, I think I'm depressed. You have to have the doctor do all that work and actually get a diagnostics for it. And in teens, the most common form of depression is clinical depression.
What is that?
Clinical depression is it's completely different than adult depression. Like, it's what I've been going over. Like, when you see it, it's all the mood swings that you might see in a person, or them wanting to hurt themselves, or suicidal thoughts, things like that. That's clinical depression. Yeah.
Can you go to therapy for depression?
You can go to therapy for depression, but for some people that go to therapy, they find that it might not help. So that's why the next step is prescription drugs. A lot of people don't take prescription drugs for depression. They go to therapy and they're fine. It's just a matter of finding someone to talk to, because that's what some people might be missing in their life. It's not recommended for teens to use drugs. That's the last resort for a lot of doctors. That's the end of this part.